Oh, I gotta continue. Alright, let's see how this goes. Ben Gross, thank you so much, buddy. Thank you, thank you. One second, dudes. Wow. I have to admit, there's been a lot of very, very interesting replies to that stuff that's been going on. It's been pretty wild. Co looks so good in RTX, I never knew how pretty he could get. Oh, well, in that case, I should probably turn it on then, huh? Yeah. Okay, so we're back in London, or we're in London for the first time. We're in this nice new ship. I just ran into London. Fun. Let's go ahead and see what we're going to do here. We got a lot of stuff to do. Ambition Jubilation Day. During Jubilation Day, London celebrates its conquest of the sun that once ruled Albion. Clergy of the new sequence, backed by exultant choirs, preach from every balcony, exhorting the light and order of the man-made clockwork sun. Banners flutter from the state buildings. Hosannas are sung to the Queen, fireworks crack in the sky, dying in brief blazes. Last time you saw the earnest agitator, you attended the festivities together. Watch the burning of a gilded effigy? Flames lick at the King of Hours' shins. His guilt peels and blackens. When the fire reaches his waist and one arm cracks and falls into the conflagration, the crowd cheers. When you were here with the earnest agitator, she seemed distracted. Once you caught her watching you, the firelight gold on her face. When you asked what the matter was, she said nothing and turned away. Purchase a bag of rubbery lumps. It is best not to speculate upon what hides within their crunchy batter. You have been chewing this one for some time, for example, and the less you know, the better. When you're here with the earnest agitator, she bought one bag of lumps for you and two for herself. She's considered herself a connoisseur. Return to the place you last saw your friend. London sprawls across plates of skyrock connected with bridges, funiculars, stairs, and in less salubrious cases, ladders. Southwark is one of the higher places. A simple railing discourages you from its edge. The clockwork sun is behind you, dimmed for the night. Stretching before you are dark skies studded with far, fierce stars. Below, where the lower, poorer districts are caked in smog, the sound of raucous celebration continues. The clock begins to chime. Your friend is not here. You find a bench and wait. Fireworks flare and whistle. The clock strikes 12 at precisely the same second. The horological office keeps them to perfect time. Still, there is no sign of your friend. The clock chimes 1. She is not coming. Your friend missed your appointed meeting. Track down where they have been living in London. Hey, Alex Tier. Awesome, man. Good vibes to you. Over in Munich. Find your missing friend. Seek to mutual acquaintances. You focus your efforts on the dark factories where, when the last shift had ended, revolutionaries gathered to enact the schemes of their calendar council. No one has seen your friend in some time, and not at all since the fire. The fire? Apparently there was a fire in the building where she rented rooms. No bodies were found, but she hasn't been seen since. You are able to secure the address. The building your friend lived in was a narrow lodging house divided into too many apartments. Now it's a blackened husk, still standing only because it's wedged between houses on either side. The constabulary have boarded it up. A pair of homeless gentlemen occupying the opposite doorway are happy to tell you about it. We saw it! They said it was a gas fire. Burned blue, didn't it, George? R, says George. Blue. Search the ruin. Prying aside the boards, you enter. The fire stink claws at your throat. Thin stairs, wrapped and blackened, lead upwards, but when you set foot on the first step, it collapses. You're forced to inch up, testing each one as you go. The roof is collapsed, exposing the garret to the air. Blackened beams jut like ribs from a slew of tumbled tiles. Search the ruin. You unearth a few burned pages from the rubble. None are untouched by the fire, and many are blotted by rain, but you manage to pick out a handful of gnomic phrases. Constellations and conjunctions. Chrysanthemum, amaranthine, nepothine, liberation? Meg, the fire that follows. The courtesy bloodhound. King of Hours Green Regent. Consult the rolls of ash. This later one has been the bedeviled Dictac's name written at the top. If Meg is Spatchcocker Meg, then two of your acquaintances from the Promise of Days named in these papers. Is this the important work they were helping the earnest agitator with? It's time they talk to you. Oh wow, so we have to go back to New Winchester. Okay. Damn. Alright. The house without windows. To find the address given in Captain Whitlock's will, you make your way through the little-used streets in one of London's lower, smoggier levels. On a secluded courtyard, flanked by the backs of warehouses and factories, stands a tall grey house with one door and no windows. When you knock, a blind butler answers. Yes? Deliver the black box. The butler is pleased. Ah! Our resident has arrived. Please bring him in. Everything has been prepared according to Captain Whitlock's instructions. Okay. As you maneuver the black box inside, you ask what those instructions were. She has arranged for Master Jacob's convalescence with us. I understand the young gentleman has suffered from a prolonged illness, which has left him unable to speak and afflicted him with a delicate disposition. The affairs of the house have been organized in such a way as to never inconvenience him. He will require no visitors. An extensive library has been provided for his edification. Privacy is paramount. With the box in place, the butler produces a key from his pocket but waits for you to leave before using it. Thank you for your assistance, comrade. If Amelia were still with us, she would thank you. Good day. You leave the house without windows behind. The matter of Captain Whitlock's legacy finally discharged. Wow. Okay, that sounds very strange. Ah! Help the incautious driver hunt for the verdant fragment. You're searching for the verdant fragment gives you a 0% success chance. We'll wait on that one. Attend a meeting with a gloomy middleman. The middleman is nursing the same glass of beer he began the evening with. Ah, comrade, to claim it is a good evening would be duplicitous. But at least it's an evening, and here you are in it. He waits until you sit. My employer can open a profitable door for you. There are goods that Her Majesty's government do not want to see brought or sold. Prohibition begets scarcity. Scarcity begets profit. One example of this contraband is red honey, gathered by the midnight rose at Titania. Unfortunately, supplies have dried up. Prove your value, find out why, and fix the problem. The more places you search, the easier your search will get. Failing here will not harm your quest. The incautious driver spends hours sniffing at the air in search of familiar spores, but to no avail. We should try somewhere else. They reluctantly decide, shifting with uncharacteristic glumness back towards the train. There was no sign of the fragment in London. Cool. Okay. Who is the... A hulking clay man in a heavy coat stands on the platform? Yo, is he actually made of clay? The clay men were an underclass in old London. Very few of them came to the skies. This one holds an urn to his chest. This guy wants to travel to perform funeral rites? Interesting. Okay. Come on in. You ask the conductor where he would like to hold the ceremony. He looks about confused as though he hadn't expected the question. At last he comes to a conclusion. Here will do, he says, indicating the crowded thoroughfare. You and a few more respectable of your crew gather for a brief funeral. Everyone has at least something in black. You offer the expected phrasing for pausing for the eulogy. The clay conductor shakes his head. You do it, he grunts. Say a few words. You render up a bounty of platitudes, benign wishes to the beyond, and maudlin remembrances of departed friends. The conductor frowns stonily, realizing he needs to give you at least something to work with.
He could sing.
He manages. You work a line about a man of clay with the voice of an angel into the eulogy. The conductor seems satisfied. Where's your engine? I'm ready to assume my duties. The conductor picks up the urn and heads off in the direction you point. Oh, man. Mr. Slow. Hey. Good call, Mr. Slow. I hear you, bud. Okay, we're good on crew. We are good on materials. Oh, let's take a look at the bazaar. Maybe we should... Now, do my stuff... Oh, my stuff from the last zone does not carry over. Let's just get both of them, I guess. We need to take 5 panes of stained glass to that place. And we have to take 3 sets of nostalgic crockery to the mausoleum. Ugh, okay. Alright, we have 4 fuel and 5 supplies. We don't really have a place to go yet, though. We got everything here we want for now. And everything's so expensive. Whew. We got the new engine. Super happy with the new engine. What's in the silken salon? We can give salon stewed gossip. Oh! Interesting. I can connect the generous princess with my cryptic benefactor for 300 gold. Okay. Okay. Badass. Perhaps not. I'll have to keep that in mind. The Office of Works. Offer your... Wait, provide the foreman requirements to earn payment? Offer my services. I need 2 rolls of thirsty bombazine and 2 uncanny specimens. Wait. Is that this? Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. You were forced to provide your own oil extracted from one of the eerie specimens you found in the sky. The foreman seems impressed. Initiative, he remarks. I admire that. 400 sovereigns! Nice! Any other opportunities available, bro? Two carefully packed crates of munitions and a condemned experiment. I know we got the condemned experiment, but I don't think we have the munitions. Okay, we'll wait on that. Cool. Yeah, that's the stuff you asked me to buy and keep. Yep. Absolutely. Very, very happy you guys did that. Ah, here we go. The fatalistic signalman looking up an old friend. The only address the signalman has for his friend in Shed 4 at the yard. He will only reveal her first name, Charlotte. Unfortunately, Shed 4 is off limits, ringed with a wire fence and under the guard of a pinched watchman and his barely tamed hounds. Trade an otherworldly artifact for access to Shed 4. The watchman coos at your gift and adds it to the incomprehensible jumble of objects crowding his shelves. It goes between a roll of crackling parchment, which he claims originated in the library of the scribe spinsters, and a rubbery skull. He waves you through, and the grumbling dog watches petulantly as you sidle past. Shed 4 is a huge storehouse. Beams of solemn starlight slant from grubby windows on the roof. The hulks of old locomotives rust here. From battered tugs to fat old liners, once packed with emigrating Londoners. The signalman heads off between the wrecks. The signalman stops before a stately old wreck with flanking navy blue paint. This is her. None worked harder on the Isambard line than she did. You look at the nameplate, the Charlotte Guest. Ah, look how they left her, he says gloomily. That's not right. You tidy up. You put things in order. You turn the lights off and close up before you go. She deserved better than this. Oh, we can return later. Good. I was going to say, like, 2,000? 3 bronze wood. And a cryptic benefactor? Why would I want to do this? Okay, we're going to need to return later. Damn. Okay, okay. So we'll be back for that for sure. Macquarie's Tobacco Shop. Sign over the door once read, Macquarie and Sons Fine Tobacco, but since then someone has crossed out the word fine in a fit of honesty. Then, on a separate, more ominous occasion, they have crossed out and son. The building is embarked on a rapid descent into squalor. The paint peels, the windows are cracked with grime. Inspect the wares. The selection is unimpressive, as is the quality. Neither Albion nor the Reach has found a genuinely good replacement for tobacco, though increasingly frantic smokers have tried lighting up virtually every example of sky flora that has been discovered. A few skyfarers mill about, examining the lower grade flavors and speculating on exactly what Macquarie is cutting them with today. The more expensive brands are untouched in their glass cases. You'd wonder how this place managed to stay open, if it weren't for the fact that it was so obviously on the brink of closure and probably collapse. Wow, that's it. Okay, I guess we'll probably come back here for a quest or something. Where are we now? We're in London. Yeah. Investigate rumors of an underground railway? Reach out through your criminal contacts. Yeah. Your connections are reluctant to talk. I hear the deniables have been sniffing about. Less known, the better. London's deniable constables, the plainclothes instruments of Her Majesty's displeasure, are a persistent superstition of the underclasses. Eventually, a dubious rag-and-bone man directs you to one of the engine houses. Talk to the bookkeeper. He'll see you right. Chat with the bookkeeper. See how you can be of use to the New Street line. He is deaf, but content to communicate through sign language or messages scribbled on a pad of paper. Obliquely, he explains that he does additional work for an organization unaffiliated with the government, which has an urgent need for up-to-date reports on other parts of Albion. His patrons will pay for such intelligence to be brought to them rather than the ministry. What's more, he implies, earning the organization's trust might open the possibility of additional work. Oh, so this is our other side. Okay, cool. Cool. I want to go do stuff. Let's go do some stuff. I don't have anywhere to go yet, so we're just gonna go. See what happens. I read really well. Oh well, that's nice of you to say, but yeah. Have been in chat this morning. Did Co see the new EQ server announcements? No. What do you mean, friend? What do you mean? Ooh. Are those coffins? Humble wooden coffins pepper the sky. This is a bully's acre, a pauper's graveyard. There's little room for the dead in London. I guess I'll break open a coffin. After several silent minutes stood at the window watching coffins drift by, a keen-eyed singler cries out, a flash of silver. You hurry to the footplate, coal shoved in hand to hook the coffin as it passes. You almost stumble over to the sky, but you reach the coffin with its crest of silver and haul it aboard. The crest is the university's. The silver is real, as are the chains that seal the coffin. You fetch the bolt cutters. Inside, an experimental device for fracturing Navarretine, too precious to leave in the hands of academic scholarship, apparently. What? Okay. Oof. Sorry, dude. My bad. Ooh. Tractor T, thank you, buddy. Big ups to Switzerland, dude. They just announced 2 new TLPs for March, one fast-paced and one slower. Awesome. Great to hear. Great to hear. I'm wanting to roll a bard for a long time, so that'll work out. The faster TLP is named Cellos. Oh, that's so perfect. I love it. Absurd, maybe a little bit. Yeah. Maybe check your prospects to find out where ports are. Yeah, I could. But that's the thing. I don't really care where the ports are. I'm just kind of cruising around right now. Your bat is gleeful. There was nothing to be found. Ooh, some stuff. Boop. Oh, that's from when I ran into the building. Sigh. That's pretty dumb. Hey, crazy llamas. How you doing, Dre? Okay. Yes, Letho disappeared into the abyss, only to reappear at a later time. Bam! Woo! Next Incredier, how have you been, dude? It's been a long time, buddy. Oh. We got a wreck, boys. Maybe. Oh, no, don't be a saying. Oh. I really need to get a good device for a saying. Hurts so much. This area has some weird rays. Oh, what's this? What are you? Albion Marauder? No, you die. Whoa! You fired 3 of those things? Well, aren't you a basket of rude? Son. Loot the hold. You better give me some better loot. Okay, barrel of unseasoned hours. We'll take it. We'll take it. Mick says, so Co, what new title will you pick for yourself now that variety isn't accepted anymore? Well, that's the thing. Like, going back to you're talking about the Twitter, of course. I think it'll always be okay for streamers to refer to themselves as variety, but I think the issue is, and I think the whole reason this came up is because PR companies don't know what to do with that term. So they don't know how to approach somebody that calls himself variety. They need more focus. So I'm gonna keep calling myself a variety streamer because that's exactly what I am. I play a variety of different games. I play games like this, like Frostpunk. I play Metros. I play Apex. Like I play all sorts of games. I don't really have like a one type of game I'm married to. But at the same time, you know, I'm a completely different type of variety streamer than many other streamers that call themselves variety. So, and what is a PR firm supposed to do about that? So I don't know. Like I was saying earlier, I think there's a middle ground. There's a middle ground somewhere. Like I feel like the industry needs some kind of site they can go to and get all this information about streamers. Capture a lesser Kenton carry, clinging to the bull's underbelly. 60%. Oh no! I lost 3 crew and his supplies? Hey, Hominif, good to see you, bud. Nightfish says, the PR firm is supposed to do 20 minutes of research, aka their job. Arguably, that's true, but I feel like they need more tools to do that. But that is, I mean, arguably that is 100% accurate, yes. The other side of it, though, is these companies are trying to get people to pay, they're trying to pay money to people to play video games. So on that note, one would also say maybe we should do as much as we can to help them too. So I don't know. It's a weird situation. Whoa, no thanks. Like I said, I think there's a middle ground somewhere. I just don't know what it is. Man. Help me help you. Exactly. Exactly. Let's loot the hold. A marked box. Whoa. Hey, I got a pane of stained glass. Great. I need like 3 of those? 4 of those? That worked out well.